this and that though. So before I speak on Pooh Shiesty's situation, um, it is written in the Bible, the man that rebuketh his neighbor finds more favor than he that flattereth with his lips. A man that flattereth uh ensnares the person they're flattering. So you got to beware of people that's like flattering because we ain't that great. I'm gonna keep it a bean. We not innocent. It says man is wicked from birth. That mean a baby probably in the oven cooking. You know, they in the belly. Soon as they got a thought, it's probably evil. Mm, she always and another thing. Why is it so crowded in here? Why she always eating that? Don't she know that ain't healthy? I can't wait to get out this belly. Where am I at? Like, so man is wicked for birth. Trust not in man. Man will disappoint you every time because mankind ain't meant to be trusted. So with that being said, Pooh Shiesty, at first he was independent, whatever. Then decided because Gucci was the only person that was really uh, putting his foot on the gas, trying to sign him. So he felt like it's only right, especially the fact that he grew up listening to this guy. Me personally, why would you trust somebody that wears dark shades? I don't know why. Uh, Not to say nothing bad about Gucci, but I'm only here speaking on the facts that are out there. So, with that being said, I don't know what these young people are thinking. It's like, bro, if you was making that much noise, you would have been better off being independent. Now it's the wave. Well, I didn't ever think it was a wave. It was just like, um, you might want to learn a business before you get into it, or then you wound up having to do what Pooh Shiesty did. So Pooh Shiesty um gets out of jail. Pooh Shiesty gets out of jail. What's up with it? Pooh Shiesty get out of jail and all that. And he like, yo, I know I'm streaming. I know I'm getting money and all that. He getting out the feds. You really ain't got like nothing. And you hearing things. So you don't really know what's true. Your family saying this, people saying that. What's up, Coat 45? Um, when you getting out, you looking around, especially in Pooh Shiesty's situation, you looking around trying to figure out what's going on, where your money's going, where the money that you left. You know, you hearing stuff from your family and all that, and you don't really know what's going on. So he went straight to Gucci after he got out, and he like, yo, you know, I've been locked up. You know I've been making money, so where is it? But Gucci goes and tell him, yo, I ain't got it. What do you say off what do you say off Menace to Society? What you mean you ain't got the money? You best be coming up with my money. Like, what do you mean? Hold on. So you mean I'm getting all these streams, I'm getting all this, and according to the people I know that's doing the math, I should have this amount. And I'm looking at the math. And the math ain't mathing. Why are you telling me you're broke? Because if you say you're broke or you ain't got it, you saying you spent my money. So Shiesty is like, why am I getting out the feds and I ain't got no money? That's what happened when these young people start trusting in mankind. They tell you all this good stuff. We gonna put you on this jet. We gonna put you. You don't know that all this is coming out of your money. Like, this is the same situation with Finesse. He like, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't know nothing about contracts or nothing. You just itching to get on just so you could. I gotta say, in side note, some people want to be on top just to look down on people instead of being the type of person that wants to be on top to pull other people up. So it's not up to the streets what you don't know. Is you learn as you go. So Pooh Shiesty, he like, so what are you trying to tell me? Like, so where the incident arisen, the mother allegedly reached out to Gucci and was like, she need help or whatever, and he wasn't able to help her. Listen, they're not responsible for you. I got to keep it fair all the way across the board. The label is not responsible for your mother, your granny, your cousin, your brother and them. They're not responsible for none of that. They're not responsible for looking out for you. That's why I tell people, these people ain't your friends. This is a business. And I had to learn that. Keep your feelings out of business. Hey, I'm like, okay, people mess me over, whatever. I take it on the chin and I keep it pushing. Why? Because I lose a lot more by trying to prove, that I'm with the ish, that I do this and that. Like, you ain't try to harm nobody that I love. I ain't got no problems with you. Now, if you got over on me, it is what it is. Was what it was. I know next time. But with that being said, Pooh Shiesty's ego, it's like people in your ear. He should have got out and stayed away from family for a while so he could think for himself. I got to think to myself. I got to look at the paperwork. I got to learn this as I'm going. Okay, let's go the legal route. How do I get out of my contract? Talk to lawyers. I'm sure there'll be many people that is willing to talk to you, and you gotta skim through the BS and the nonsense, the promises that people are making. Forget that. I like results. That's just me. I learned that in business. I like results. But if you not willing to do your own homework, that's on you. So Pooh Shiesty, in his mentality, he's like, family over everything. Okay, that's cool. But this is business. It's nothing personal. If someone gives you a contract, they ain't forcing you to sign this. It's on you to do your due diligence, not to get a lawyer that they quoted you to. Oh, you should go to this lawyer because that lawyer is in the best interest of the label, not you. 1017 is signed allegedly to another label. So that's 2 cuts out of your money. Now, with that being said, what's up, y'all? When did you get out and where and why were you released so early? So, with that being said, um, Pooh Shiesty, he decided, and I ain't telling y'all nothing that ain't already out there. All of this is already out there. They didn't put all this out there. So, it's not breaking news. I'm just giving my opinion. So, fast forward, Pooh Shiesty is still locked up. And his cousin Big Scar is dealing with like the same thing Enchanting is dealing with. They have like substance abuse. They have like, some of y'all probably smoke weed or have y'all addictions or whatever. But that's not on the label. What you choose to do with your money. So with that being said, rest in peace to them. But Big Scar ends up passing away. God rest his soul. And Pooh Shiesty is already locked up feeling the type of way because he can't be there. So he's wondering why isn't Gucci trying to help them and stuff like that. Bro, these are not your friends. You didn't grow up in a sandbox with these people. This is a business. They not, they like, why don't the label keep Bobby Brown off drugs? This ain't, oh my goodness. This isn't your family. So they not gonna look after it. They can only tell them so much. Hey man, you should probably slow down on that. Hey man, you should stop doing that. Man, you should get off the drugs. And I'm trying. But these people, they just wash their hands, be like, you gonna do what you want to do. I can't tell you what to do. I'm not your father. I'm not your mother. Half of y'all don't even listen to your mother and father, when they saying something right. Now, if they saying something wrong, you might want to just hear that, let it go through one ear and out the other. But if they telling you something right, it's good to take that in. Whoever, they don't even have to be kin to you. If they telling you right is right, wrong is wrong. But, and some people, they be just saying stuff, just to get in where they can fit in. But you got to skim through the BS, whatever. So, to know what's BS. So, with that being said, someone trying to flatter you is not going to tell you the truth. They're going to say, oh, you're not wrong for that. Oh, you could do what you want to do. Oh, see, this justifies. No. That's why so many people got broken relationships and stuff, because it been people who they look up to, they respect, that's giving them the wrong type of advice. And they don't even see it working out for them people, but they'll take their advice. It's weird to me, but teachers on. So Big Scar passes away, and I guess Gucci is supposed to pay for the funeral, because he said, this is what the family said. The family said he said that he would pay for the whole funeral. And he only sent them like 10 G's. So he sent them $10,000, whatever. The family saying we could have, put up the money, and we didn't need that from him. But he said it, Gucci said he would pay for the funeral. Then it comes time to pay for the whole funeral. They only got the 10 G's. But I guess Gucci allegedly reneges and start talking about, my wife's birthday coming up. What? Wait a minute. What are you talking about? Like, hold on. Your wife's birthday? Like, you the one said you're going to pay for this. So they had words with him. They go online. They start talking about the issue. And allegedly, Gucci was like, now I ain't giving y'all nothing. Whatever. Matter of fact, give me those chains back. They like, they like Red off Friday. I'm gonna tuck mine in. Like, I'm gonna tuck mine in. Like, who coming? Debo. Like, so they like, we not giving you those chains back. He earned that. As much as money he probably made you, he earned those chains. Me, I don't see the point. On some ATL is Gucci like, give me my necklace back. And they like, why? Cause it means something to me. Looking like, I don't see why Gucci would want the chain back. Me, I'm looking at it like, that sounds like something his wife would say. I wouldn't want to put that on Gucci, because his wife went up there on the platform with Gucci talking about she do everything, she handles everything. So where does she come in at? Like, are you on his socials? Are you the one that sent that message? Hold on. Hold on. Oh, no, you go. They was like, who that in the background? Yeah. My bad, y'all. I had to see what she wanted. So with that being said, man, uh, so Pooh Shiesty, cousin Big Scar, he passed away, and then fast forward, I just don't want to put all the blame on Gucci, but saying, "Oh, I got to pay for my girl' birthday" or something like that, that seems something more like what a woman would say. Like, I typically believe that men would like to stand by their word, but teach his own. I don't know. People do what they do. But if she's running all the socials, is she running his accounts? Is she doing the commenting or something like that? How do we know that it's Gucci that's saying this? That's just me, especially if y'all text messaging or unless he called y'all. I don't know. So he didn't pay for the funeral, and Pooh Shiesty is locked up, and he's hearing all this, and you got to take your family side, or else you look like a traitor or whatever. So Pooh Shiesty gets out, and he like, I don't want to do business with you no more, because one, I came to you soon as I got out. You don't have my money. Then you didn't keep your word on burying my cousin, which you agreed to. They didn't even ask you to pay for the funeral. You obliged. And you reneged. So now you making me look crazy. You making me look like a buster, a sucker. So fast forward, they decide, well, I want out of my contract now. I don't want to do business with you. You started off treating me like family. Now you treat me like somebody you don't even know. And I've made you numerous amounts of money, and you don't have any. You playing with me. Like, you playing. Like, I tell these labels, stop playing with these kids, because this is only the beginning. These young kids not coming out here playing with y'all. Like, they want their money. They want to know why they not getting no money. And they not about to take it the legal route, if you catch my drift. So stop trying to beat people out of their money. Be fair. Be content with what you have. For I will never leave you nor forsake you. That's what the Bible say. But people are so greedy that they have these kids signing these contracts that don't benefit them and only benefits the label. So, like I was saying about finesse 2 times, like, figure out what your contract obligations is. Figure out what you owe them. What the expenses that they paid for. I need y'all to give me a list of what y'all paid for and what I owe y'all. How much do I owe y'all so I can get out of my contract? Like, like, um, what's the percentage that I get? What's the percentage? Where's everything going? And instead of them looking at everything, breaking it down, discussing actual business, they do what Pooh Shiesty decides to do. Allegedly, he his father comes up with this terrible plan, and he like, oh well, let's rob him, like, and we gonna make him sign you out the contract. Bro, don't you know you can't sign a contract under duress? Just like you can't sign a prenup under duress. Like, you can't do that. You have to have a lawyer present, have a judge present, or somebody. Father of the year. Facts. Like, this dude, oh my God. Some people you just gotta stay away from, because not that they don't mean well. It's just they may not have your best interest they may not have your best interest at heart. This dude, I'm like, so his father allegedly comes up with this brilliant plan to jug a man out of $5. So they allegedly hold Gucci at gunpoint. Me personally, Gucci, if you went to the studio and saw that it wasn't open the first time you went there, why would you go in there knowing it wasn't even open at first? Then they had to make a call while they were there to open the studio. Oh my goodness, this was the dumbest plan in history. I feel like Granddad off the Boondocks. He was like, Huey, you know, for a smart nigga, you come up with some dumbass plans. Like, like that's your plan? What? So they go in there. Gucci like, oh, nothing. What could actually happen? I have an undercover police protection right here. This person was a security guard or something, whatever. So I got the camera guy with me. Why is the camera guy with you? Why ain't the steppers with you? Like, bro, you just had a dispute with this person. It would have been better to protect yourself. But teach his own. So he wants out of his contract. Gucci could have kept it real and been like, yo, this is what you owe me. This is what you got paid. This has to be paid before you can see any money. Had he broke it down to him, I'm sure Pooh Shiesty wouldn't have been mad. But the fact that you just say, oh, well, you ain't got my money, and that's it, you gonna tell me. You gonna tell me, I'm gonna pull out the blick, you gonna tell me something. So this is allegedly the route that Pooh Shiesty took. Because he wanted out his contract, and you know a father want to protect his son. Like, oh, they getting over on you? Oh, I'm gonna do something about it. And you know they from Memphis, so if you from the hood, you know how family get down. Oh, somebody robbed you? That's all. Get the blicks. Like, let's go, everybody. Get the blicks. Bro just got robbed. They didn't hear the fact that he signed a contract. They didn't hear none of that. They didn't hear none of that. It's legally bonded. Family don't care about none of that. You said they robbed you? Did you say they said something about your mama? Oh, get the blicks. So they go and decide that this is a good idea. Yeah, this is a good plan. Like Huey on Boondock. Yeah, this is a good plan. No, it's not, Huey. No, it's not. So they go stick the joint up, no pun. Everybody get on the ground. If you got dreams, we want them too. They still in the wedding ring. Like, bro, they already signed the contract. Like, they already signed it, bro. Like, why are we robbing them? Like, we just want the signature. That's it. Oh, man, Pooh, you got to go back in there because it ain't got no date. Yeah, why I got this ankle monitor on. I just called the probation officer. They told me to get back to the spot. While I got this ankle monitor on, let me rob somebody and then let me make him sign and date it on the day I was here, allegedly. Like, who plan is this? Who mans is this? Come get y'all mans. So he like, everybody take off the wedding ring, Gucci. You not married no more. Like, what does the wedding ring have to do with anything? Like, nah, you ain't gonna be happy today. Like, oh my God. Who mans is this? Come get y'all mans. Like, bro, why are we still in the wedding ring? Like, let him keep the wedding ring. He like, yeah, and put it off that finger. His finger all fat and Gucci trying to slide off the wedding ring. You like, y'all ain't gonna get away with this. I'm telling y'all. So he like, all right, you had his wedding ring, and then the dude taking the dude's shoes. Hey, give me them shoes. Them look like my size. Y'all just looking like straight bums out here. Like, who mans is this? Why are we, bro? We only here for the signature. These dudes is so broke that the dudes that allegedly go to the robbery got to get on the bus. Crazy. Hold on. You mean to tell me we link up to go rob somebody and you got to get on the bus? You got to go couple states over. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I made him come off that Louis V. You don't even know if it's real Louis V. He just like, yeah, that cameraman thought he was gonna be, I took the shine right from between his eyes. Like, bro, this is like broke habits. It's like robbing a person and going in their refrigerator. Like, what is wrong with you? What? So, meanwhile, they on camera. Like, you see them walking in. You see them walking in. Oh my God. That's like on trial. They're gonna be like, do this look like you? No, that don't look like me. That don't look like me. Y'all remember our role models when he was like, that was not me. Like he said his name all on the camera. He said allegedly, bro. It's not alleged. That was you. Nah, but in Pooh Shiesty and them situation, it's like instead of him going the legal route like he should have, he decides that this is the best option because this is what I have to resort to in order to get my money. And I'm like, no, the legal route would have been better, but he's trying to prove that he's this street dude. Ain't nobody gonna get one over on me. Ain't nobody gonna. I'm telling you, like, I'm really like that. I do what I rap about. I seen him do it. Like, oh my God. His cousin in the background, I seen him do it. Like, oh my God. I'm not going to another robbery with y'all. like, remember AR Ab? This is AR Ab little brother. I'm telling you, Pooh Shiesty is AR Ab's little brother. He on there. What AR Ab do? This is the notorious skinny me. He was on the chair like this. He was on the chair like this. He's like, no, sit back, let me tell it. This is the notorious skinny me. And that nigga notorious skinny me sitting there. No, masked man. Masked man. He said, no, let me tell it. I like his music. It's just raw. Like when he said I killed the nigga and I did that, I seen him do it. Like I'm like notorious skinny me mass man. Like oh man, I'm going to jail. Going to jail. But skinny me actually got caught because he left something at the crime scene. Like you left a phone at the crime scene, allegedly. Like, who mans is this? Come get y'all mans. Good God. AR Ab, he just like, Pooh Shiesty is just like AR Ab. He like, these other rappers, they didn't do that. Like, I extorted people. I killed niggas. I robbed a lot of... They on there with one of the dudes, and he said, they all shouting this behind the dude. They saying, he got shot twice. Killed the dude in the same night. And I'm like, oh my God. This is what they doing? Y'all rappers is different. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all rappers is different. Y'all literally walk the feds to... They like, Judge, here's the evidence. He's the evidence. Like, he's the evidence. They all on camera. And he was on Vlad, yeah. I got shot because I bought an ounce of crack last week. Like, what? Wait a minute. He said last week, and Vlad ain't gonna stop him. Vlad, like, are you sure you want to say this? He like, no, see, no, let me get this off my chest. So we robbed somebody yesterday. Like, oh my God. Like the feds is like, and then? And they're like, yeah, I sold an ounce of crack. And then? And the plug was down the street. And then, like y'all saying, dude, where's my car? And then, like, bro, y'all literally tell on yourself because y'all want people to believe that you are like that. No one's supposed to know. Nobody is supposed to know. They like, You see Pooh Shiesty and them, yeah. You know what I'm saying? We really like that. You know, we ain't like these other rappers. We gonna tell it all. Like, I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm convinced. Like, that's what's the same issue that I have with King Von. Like, bro, everybody's not supposed to know your personal business. Like, good God. I'd rather people not know I did nothing. Like, I want people to know I didn't do nothing. I nothing. I go to church. I go to work and stuff like that. People got this mentality that says people think I'm soft. People think I won't do nothing. People think I'm gonna let them get over on me. Oh, what you gonna do? Oh, you gonna let them get away with that? And people ain't got away with nothing. I don't have to tell a person, oh, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. You will know. Me and you will know. I don't care because a person felt like I was goofy or lame or soft or something like that. I'm like, you think what you want to think. You can say whatever you want to say about me. But you know, whatever I do, you will know. The person I have a problem with, you will know. I ain't gotta, oh, yeah, we slid on this person and this and that. What? I was not with them. I don't know those people. I don't know them. Because I feel like if you agree to do something, why roll over on people? Take your consequences like a man. Like, I messed up. Take your consequences like a man. I'm not about to spin the law and lie. Like, look, I did this. I'm not telling on nobody. I'm telling on what I did. So you saying these people were with? Man, I'm not saying nothing but what I did. Catch my drift? What I did. I don't know those people. Never met them. Never seen them in my life. Yeah, but you kin to this person. Never met him. Y'all got the same last name. Damn, that's a coincidence. That's crazy. That name is common around this time. Me personally, I feel like that's soft as a man. As a man, when you go in there and you try to just save yourself, I'm not here to save nobody. Not that this is right, but why be a coward? Why? Why be a coward? Why is the industry designed to keep the artist in debt? Okay, the industry is designed to keep the artist in debt because rich people, I got a saying, rich people are just hustlers with experience. That's it. Every business you see, if you work the job, the people at the top, they're just hustlers with experience. Most of them started out in the streets. Most of them started out from humble beginnings. And they hustled their way to the top. That's what they do. That's all everybody is doing. What did Martin say off the Martin show, Martin Lawrence? He said, everybody's hustling everybody, Gina. Baby, the world is a ghetto. Dead on me. It's throwing signs and I'm trying to climb up the family tree she got going on. Help me out, Aunt. My ex-girl's auntie is throwing signs and I'm trying to climb up the family tree that she got going on. You got to reiterate that for me because I don't know what you're trying to say. But I like to understand something before I answer it because isn't it folly to answer a question that you did not hear? That's what comes from the Bible. It's better to understand a question before you answer it so you can answer it correctly. So basically, everybody's hustling. That's what everybody do. If you see the Mexican man with the food truck, he's hustling. You see the female on a corner or something like that, God forbid, she's hustling. Uh, everybody's hustling. Everybody. That's why Jesus didn't judge Mary Magdalene. Why? Because she's not doing nothing that ain't nobody else doing. Everybody's hustling. Like gigolos, they're hustling. Pimps, they're hustling. Basketball players, they're hustling. Just trying to get a better deal or whatever. More money, more sponsors. The sponsors are hustling. So if Jesus were here, he let him take the front. I'm not greedy. If Jesus were here, I'll let him take the front. I'm not greedy. And that's that's the problem with the industry. It's like they look at the older hustlers who is like J.P. Morgan and Rothschilds, and they look up to these people. And the Rothschilds, he thought of a system that these people utilize. They read and stuff like that. People from the hood, we don't really read like that. Me, I do read. I read anytime I get a chance, just so, if people call on me, I know how to read. So I'm derailing, bro, from the industry talk. So this is how the industry basically works. It's all business. Don't take it personal. It's business. It's not personal. It's not that they hate you or they don't like you. They don't even know you. If you will let me, I will. If you'll let me get over on you, I will. That's the business. You don't have to sign this contract unless somebody forcefully made you. 9 times out of 10, they're not doing that. What they do is they have a stack of money, like they did New Edition. They told them, "Oh, we'll give you $500. Everyone will receive $500 in a Betamax." These people not knowing no better. The woman like, "Yeah, son, get in there and sign that contract. We don't turn down no money," but they not looking at longevity. Then as time goes on, they've been touring. They got the #1 album in the country. Why are we still living in the projects? Why are they still broke? Why are we not seeing no money? Because they not knowing the contract that they signed. They didn't have to sign it. They could have got a lawyer to discuss the situation. Then they too busy thinking, "Oh, this is the only chance I'm gonna get. This is the only chance." That's what the labels are banking on. That you are thinking you can't get no better deal anywhere else. That's what they want you to think. But instead of us utilizing the information we've been given, we go and be like, "This is gonna be my only opportunity. This is the only thing." Because people don't like to grind. They don't like to grind. They don't like to work for nothing. They don't like to be patient. So, rock hands with that. That's funny. But anyway, so with that being said, the industry is like this. I'm gonna sum it up to this. We're not your friends here. Like in the industry, we not your friends. This is a business. So we don't care. Just like a job will fire you, a label will shelve you. And, "Oh, I can't drop no music. I can't do this." Well, it's in the contract. Did you read your contract? Just like the dude on New Edition. He said, "Man, I just came back off tour. I ain't got no money and this and that." Did you actually read your contract? We gave you a loan. You have to pay us our loan back before you can borrow some more money. Before you can see and recoup those expenses, we need our money back. So that includes you wanting a hotel, a fancy hotel. That's coming out of your money that you're going to pay us back. We're not doing this because we your friends. Missy Elliott done said this. We're not your friends. When we throw you an album release party, you thought we love you. We don't love you. This is coming out of your money that you're going to owe us. So if it costs $100,000, okay, let's put it like this. Somebody gives you $1,000,000. Do you think that you could borrow another $1,000,000 if you ain't paid the first million back? No, that's not how it works. So they give you $1,000,000. Say taxes took out, let's just say on the low ball side, taxes took out at least 200,000. So 100,000 minus 200,000 is what? You got 8. Okay, say you got 8. 800,000 is supposed to provide the rest of everything you're doing. You have to move. You can't just stay and let's just say 200,000 out of that, because you don't want to just stay in no broken down home or whatever, and you don't have the time to actually build a house. So you're gonna take 200,000 to relocate. You got to relocate your family too, because if you don't, now your family is doing what Glorilla's family was doing. You ain't helping us. We ain't. Now you doing what Finesse 2 times. I eat cereal, no Merc. So let's take 200,000 out of that. So now you got 600,000. So now you got 600,000. You have to also buy clothes. Let's take 100,000 out of that, because you can't wear the same thing every day. Because people go, oh, you done fell off. Oh, they broke. They ain't even got on yet, but they broke. So now you got to keep up appearances. You don't have to, but this is how people are thinking. So let's take 100,000 out of that. Okay, you got 500,000. Now your people want to be fresh. Take 100,000 out of that. Now you got, like, it just keep going, bro. It just keep going. Not to mention jewelry. Not to mention your monthly bills. Let's take 200,000 out of that, because you got a mortgage. Because you don't own the house. Because it'll cost you more trying to buy the house than to just live in it. So you ain't even there, but the people you love is there. So you got bills. Let's take 200,000 off of it. So now, out of $1,000,000, you done went down to, what was that? What you got? You got like 300,000 left? What is that? You got like 300,000 left? Out of 300,000, you have to pay your beat makers. You have to pay if you got songwriters, or if you don't got songwriters, you got to pay production costs, which is the producer. Then you have to pay for music videos. You're already in the negative. I'm gonna keep it a beam. You already in the negative. Straight up. You're already in the negative. So with that being said, let's just say you got 100,000 left. You got 100,000. Let's say you whatever went to the cheap side and you got at least 100,000 left. Now out of that 100,000, you have to constantly make it to interviews. You have to constantly be places, and you still owe $1,000,000 to the label. You still owe them $1,000,000. So once that money is gone, you have to have a car. Take 50,000 out of that. Now you got 50,000 left. Cause people don't want to just ride in nothing. Let's say you get 2 or 3 cars for you and your folks. So let's take 50,000 out of that. And you couldn't get them the Benz they wanted. They think you got more than what you actually got. Nah. Rappers don't do that. They just abandon their family. So the thing is, I want y'all to know, they didn't abandon their family. They just don't have it like y'all think they got it. They have to pay this loan back. It's just like the streets. If the only difference is, that's just like the plug. If you got a plug or something, you got to pay the plug back before you see any type of work. They not just going to keep fronting you work. You got to pay them their money. So when people owe to connect, you think he going to keep loaning you work? and you ain't paid them back, sooner or later they gonna ask for their money. And it ain't like the industry. They gonna come up with a solution how you could pay them back. They look for you to come up with a solution to pay them their money. So that's why I say, on bro, that's why I say, like, I don't know what y'all think this is, but this ain't that, on bro. Y'all think we love y'all out here. We don't. So let's say you got 50,000 left. You got $50,000 left, and once the 50,000 is gone, you still owe the label $1,000,000. And they are still making sure you have somewhere to sleep, uh, a way to get to the interviews and stuff like that. Even though you getting paid, you still got taxes on the house, on the cars, on your royalties, and all that. So say your album don't do so good. Now you gotta borrow another $1,000,000, and you ain't even paid them their million yet. Now you have to borrow money again, and you ain't even paid them the first million you got back. Like that you got. So now you in debt for $2,000,000, and you still haven't paid any of it back. So the money that you generate from your album sales, that probably only cover just the money that you loaned, that little $1,000,000, not covering that other million. So let's say you made 25 million. Your label could be signed to another label. So you're only getting a small percentage. Why is it designed like that? Because there are foolish artists who are so willing to, how you say, quote unquote, sell their souls just to get out the ghetto. Because they think they're getting out of poverty. So they assign something because they think, oh, these people promised them something. Promises are made to be broken. Dead homies. So they don't care that they messed you over. This is a business. They don't care. If you'll let me, I will. Some dude, I'm going to leave y'all with this. Some dude went into P. Diddy office, no pun, and he was signing a deal with him to be a producer. And the dude was like, he talked it over with him. Puffy gave him a contract. He read the contract because he can understand. He read the contract. He like, how am I supposed to get any money? How am I, if you getting paid for everything I do and this and that and this and that? And Puffy was like, you don't have to sign it. You don't have to. And the dude said, I respected that. He showed me something. And he said those infamous words that I said to y'all. If you'll let me get over on you, I will. But it's up to you to learn. Puffy, he started out hustling. Majority of these artists, they know what the hustle game is. They just don't think it'll ever be them that gets hustled. Everyone's hustling. But it's not up to the streets to teach you what you don't know. You have to use the discernment that God gave you and ask yourself, if I didn't read something, why would I sign it? Just because they had a boatload of cash waiting for me to sign? If you ain't, people they was like, I was young. That's no excuse. It's no excuse. They don't care. If your parents didn't do their due diligence, that's their fault. They sold you out. Just keeping it a bean. They let you sign something that you didn't read and that they didn't understand. That's on them. So what did that kid do off the Lion King? His mother looked over the contract and made sure he got royalties from that movie. They wanted to just give him a flat 200,000 or whatever. He's getting royalties still to this day because his mother, like, nah. I want a percentage, or else he's not doing the movie. So they wanted him, so they decided to go along with it. It's not like they was asking for something that was outrageous. So his mother did him a solid by understanding before they got into the business what Pooh Shiesty's parents didn't do. Now his dad knew something about the business because he ran his own business. But instead of him looking over the contract and all of that and them studying, they decided, oh yeah, son, if that's what you want to do, go ahead. And now you got to concoct a plan just so your son can get out of a messed up contract because y'all didn't do y'all due diligence. You didn't do your part first. That's what that means. The Lord says in the Bible, the Lord loves diligence. That means if you do your part, God will do the rest. But if you don't do your part, don't come to me when the fire is hot, in the words of Big U. Don't come to me when the fire is hot. Because now I can't actually help you. I could help you, but you will never learn. You'll go and make another mistake. Like when Pooh felt like, oh, well, I just go to CMG. I was about to say MMG, but that's Maybach Music. That's Rick Ross. But why would you go from one situation to another situation and you don't even understand the situation that you actually in right now? That don't make no sense. But I'm going to just say Pooh Shiesty fell in that mindset that was like, you know, where we family and stuff like that. They treating me right and stuff like that. And bro, these not your family members. These are not your friends. And sometimes your family, they could want what's best for you, but truly not know what's best for you. And they can't steer you in a direction that they haven't actually went in themselves. Some people went in that direction, but they don't understand it well enough to teach you what you need to know. So you got to learn as you go. How Pooh should have handled it, he should have lawyered up, figured out what he owed, and went that way and bought himself out of his contract, like the Migos had to, with quality control, and let the label say whatever they want to say about him. You mad at me? Okay, cool. Like Michael Jackson, the label is really mad at me. I made them billions of dollars, and they don't want me leaving with half the company. Listen, that's what Michael Jackson was on. They're like, you gonna leave owning everything? Oh no. Let's put some rumors out there. Like that's what they was on with Michael Jackson. You think we about to let you go and you made us billions? Why is it like that? Because people are greedy. They fatten themselves up for the slaughter. Which is why a lot of young people are going independent instead of just signing to a label. But they always find a dummy. They always find a dummy that's willing to do that. Oh, bro. Pooh Shiesty ain't slime like young boy. You really should read this before speaking. Matthew 6, verse 8. I remember that. But I'm not here to judge. I'm here to say what the truth is. And even God can agree. It says, don't a man count the cost before he does something? To make sure that when you build something, you can actually complete it. Whatever you set out to do. So you count the cost before you do something. You look well. Doesn't a wise man look well to his going? That means if I'm going to go somewhere, I make sure my phone charged. I make sure I got the directions. Because I'm gonna leave it at this. One night, I went to this shorty house. And I got lost. Crazy, right? That's because I didn't do my due diligence and making sure I knew where I was going. Didn't really know what the house looked like. She was like, yo, it's behind the gas station or whatever. I see the gas station. I got dropped off right in front of there. I had to walk around the whole neighborhood. I ain't about to go into the whole details. I'm like, oh my God. Got me knocking on a white lady door at night. I'm like, listen, I'm not here to rob you. I'm trying to find directions to this girl house. I'm lost. This got the same address as the address I got on my phone, but I don't think I'm in the right place. She like, no, it's that way. And I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm sitting outside for 9 hours. 9 hours. And it's cold. It's cold. It's shit. I got dreads at the time. I'm wearing all black. Man, I look like I'm straight trying to rob everybody. And I'm just going to a shorty house that I knew already, but she ended up moving. And I'm outside 9 hours and 30 minutes to be exact. A white guy allowed me to go in his house and get warm. He offered me a beer. I don't drink. I be thinking everybody on some weird ish, but whatever. Shout out to him for helping a brother in need. And he said, well, until she wakes up. He happened to know the girl. And I went to the gas station and I charged my phone up. I charged my phone up. After I finally get in, I'm literally almost frozen solid because I didn't do my due diligence first. And when I got home, I learned from that moment on. Have it mapped out at least. Understand where you're going, where you're trying to go, and don't just do stuff. Think about what you're about to do before you do it, or else you're gonna suffer. And you're gonna have to learn. And God gonna let you learn. I'm not here to talk down on Pooh Shiesty. This is me saying, bro, you gotta think about what you do before you do it. And understand that once you do something, you can't come back from it. You gotta just stand on the decision that you made and the consequences that come with it. I had to learn this the hard way. Because if you hit a man in time, his wounds will heal. And if you steal from a man, you can later on apologize to that man or his family and later return those goods to that man. But if you kill, there is no later on. Family ain't gonna want to hear you. They don't care. So with that being said, man, OG Bobby Johnson said the realest ish ever. He said the realest ish ever. Don't make my mistakes. I've already made them. I done robbed people. People done robbed me. It didn't feel fair when it was me. I'm gonna give it a B. Like, it didn't feel fair. I'm like, God, what I do, Lord? Why me? Why down? He's like, well, it's good that you asked. You did all of this. So that's just like, if you cheat on the girl, she cheat back, take it on the chin. Be a man. Respect the game. Treat others how you want to be treated. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So Pooh Shiesty was like, you can't outsnake a snake. And Gucci was like, oh, really? Watch me. So now they trying to say Gucci he gonna tell or whatever. He ain't gotta tell. The people that was there that they robbed, they gonna tell. Because they're not in the streets. They don't care about no street code. They don't care. So with that being said, man, Gucci ain't gotta say nothing. He can't go to jail for perjury, for lying on the stand, or whatever. He not trying to go back to the feds. Gucci had already been in the feds, so he not trying to go back. He got too much going on. So, in the words of a wise man, to leave it at this, people are looking out for their best interest. It's up to you to look out for your best interest. Trust nobody but God. Legend. Subscribe.